Side.
Referee calls time on. It's Matima Tonga and the Kiwi Ferns, and we're underway. 80 minutes of hot rugby league with footballers that are really going to stamp their mark on the game today. And first up with the ball is laid, Sean Jones.
No, you're grabbing her. Wait.
Up to her feet. Now, Crystal Rota has plenty of experience. She's been playing in top-side rugby league since she was 17 years of age for the very proud Mangorua Marlins, one of South Auckland's best women's teams, and her game management's going to be a really important aspect of the game early on.
Yeah, absolutely, Dale. You'll see who she'll get involved early, lead her team around. Oh, and a nice early penalty already coming for the Kiwi Ferns.
It was Maya Hill-Moana.
When you're ready.
Some good preparation for Coach Ricky Henry and his connections on the halfway line now. Kiwi Ferns with it. The top forward takes it in. Shirley Mailangi with the tackle front on. The defensive work here for both teams is going to be absolutely vital as the two forward packs suss each other out. We're broadcasting to the western side of Mount Smart Stadium here on the 30-metre line. It's Madison Bartlett. Sends it back on the inside, the charge from Arakua. Nice little offload as well, chiming in. Stevens Daly from the back. Really wanting to get involved early. Autumn Rain, what a beautiful name. That's our fullback here for the New Zealand squad, and the ball has gone down. And it's Tegan Dimmock who has it here for Tonga just outside their 10-metre line.
Yeah, Netta will be disappointed in herself for that, but I know what she will put her hand up and say, right, I will make up for that. I will come in and I will defend this set like it's my first and last and never do that mistake again.
So just a settling period here. And the Tongan team has got plenty of mobility. Not a big squad, but a youthful squad. And it does argue well for what they hope to achieve in the years ahead. Natukoturu, Arakua, and jersey number 12 here for New Zealand. That's a sensible and conservative play this time around, just looking to get to the back end of their sets.
Yeah, good to see Roxy Murdoch-Masila getting herself involved in that D-line there. She's a ferocious defender. And then another big tackle coming in there from the veteran, Amy Turner, on debut. Good to see her in a black jersey.
Sensible kick, Bartlett's got her eye on it. Titans bound. Madison, after playing NRLW with the St George Dragons. 35 metres out from their line. Dummy half work for Jones. Nice. A shine of Stacey Jones at the helm at the Warriors, who will be returning here to Mount Smart in a week or so's time. So that's Crystal Rota. Darts forward just a couple of metres. Georgia Hale really provides some stability from the back, honey, Georgia.
Yeah, it's great to have Georgia back in the team. You can see Kiwi Ferns are willing to shift it early. That's the second time they've gone out to this left edge. Tonga look like they've cleaned it up and possibly knocked it on in the process.
Mr. Sakona, we have Lowly Monty Beetham joining us sideline today, and good to have you there. The crowd's starting to build, but it's already a pretty decent crowd for this first fixture this afternoon there, Monty.
The crowd's been great. The energy's been up. I tell you what, there's been hymns, there's been all sorts. When you're a team and you're not doing the sippy towel, when you're singing your hymns and everyone else joins in around the stadiums, that is something that really gets you up. But I think early on from this Kiwi Ferns side, it's probably forcing the ball a little bit too much. A couple of drop balls, a couple of plays not going quite their way, but when they settle in, I think they will find some joy.
Paige McGregor trying to cut him through there, through Futumwala, who puts her away. Bartlett goes to acting half, setting up through the middle. Arakua. 12 out from the line. This is danger time here already for Tonga, and looking good and making that look easy is Paige McGregor. Stunning try early on in the match. 3 minutes gone, and the New Zealanders in for their first try of the afternoon.
Well, she's setting the standard out on this left edge. It's her third touch of the ball and a try on debut. Great moment for Paige. You see her every time she gets the ball, she gets out on the outside of her opposing centre. She finds the line. She's a prolific try scorer. Good to see Paige get some points early in this match.
And it's a big afternoon, isn't it, for the McGregor whānau. So congratulations to Paige. As you say, there would have been some nervousness coming into camp, first time experiencing the Kiwi Ferns culture. And to get across the line, if she had any nerves now, they'd be well and truly shelved.
Yeah, well, she's got a big sister Racine out there as well. She's playing on the right-hand side. But, you know, those two, they've got a good connection. They've played against each other in the NRLW, possibly coming together this year. But, I mean, to have your sister alongside you in the Kiwi Ferns jersey, that's pretty special. We've had a number of sisters over the years. I recall the Peters sisters, 3 of them in one year. So, yeah, good. Great to see Leishon out there as well.
It sure is. But, as you say, she was always threatening. And the conversion is unsuccessful. But that's a good start for the Kiwi Ferns. As I say, any nervous jitters that they might have experienced. This one was pretty straightforward. Maddie Bartlett was there for receipt. A little dummy from Paige straightened and just found herself through that hole and able to elude the tackle of Matuleo Futumala. He's playing in jersey number 4 for Mate Tonga. Not much wind to speak about here this afternoon. If there is some, it's mostly being developed by the waving of the Tongan flags, I'd suspect.
Stay outside. Yep. Stay on.
It just brings such a celebratory tone to these sorts of... Forget the massive crowds you've seen when Tonga played against New Zealand, sure, a couple of years ago. And then, of course, the incredible victories at Eden Park over Australia and against Great Britain a couple of seasons back. And then, of course, the dastardly COVID came and wrecked everyone's plans. And one of the disappointments there is that athletes who were really in their prime lost a couple of years of being able to showcase where they are at. And it's a rebuilding exercise as the Kiwi Ferns look down the short side. Not trying to do too much on the far side. Hayley Hefel comes in to make the tackle. The pop pass is out late and Rote gets it. Beautiful hands on the far side. Juggled it like a circus clown and then come up trumps. 12 metres out from the try line now. You can see that Rote sees an opportunity coming. It's through McGregor and now Hale. Hale lines up Nu'uasala, who pops the ball back to the back rower. Now Jones. Adakua chimes in. Here's another look. Here's another try. And the Kiwi Ferns go back to back. It's Maddie Bartlett down the left wing in to score in the corner.
Yeah, we're only within 2 points of the last point. Again, this left-hand side dominating. But what I like about that is it went from width to width. You saw the threats out on the far side there with Amy Turner. She gets the little offload, and it's a Crystal Rota that actually takes this offload and darts off down that short side again. She finds the player on the outside there, juggles the ball in Autumn Rain, and she meets up with Lavinia Tohalaliko, and then they come back to this open side again, and it's all these ball-playing players, the likes of Georgia Hale gets it off, there's the offload again, and the ability to keep the ball alive is what I'm liking here. Toru Arakua, Paige, and Madison Bartlett, try-scoring machine.
The right edge here for Tonga are going to have to really lift their socks up, because at the moment they're just creating opportunities out there, some great interplay and real confidence through the back line. As you say, the stand and deliver from Nu'uasala will make Frank Paul real proud, and she set that up. Georgia Hale again showing her experience. She sensed the opportunity that was emerging down their left edge and really took advantage of it with quick passes through the line.
It's definitely one of the strengths that the Kiwi Ferns have, is their ability to ball play, and when you've got a lot of their middles that are really good at the offload, the likes of Georgia, who's played in the halves before, she now moves to lock. It's a great asset.
A little bit of a look. No success. Crowd here at Mount Smart Stadium. Of course, one of the facilities run by Auckland Council. It's great to see rugby league back here. There hasn't been a lot. A few concerts and the like. And the Moana Pacific rugby team have been based here, but there's been a dearth of rugby league. Madison Bartlett, talent. As we look to restart with 2 quick tries. It's going to be tough here for Tonga too, because you can sense intent with these women in the black jerseys. They haven't had much possession at the moment. New Zealand have completed 75% with ball in hand here. But Tonga have had to make 36 tackles to the home team's 10. And that will be a source of fatigue. If it goes on much longer, they really do need some possession.
Yeah, I think she just slightly takes her eyes off the ball there, looking forward. But it's a good opportunity now for Tonga, their first real opportunity to see what they've got to offer in terms of their attack.
That's all right, I'll give you the cue.
So Tonga to feed the scrum here. 40 metres out, right in centre field.
Clock is off. All right, feed it. Feed.
Referee Casey Badger looking after the match today. It's run under NRL rules. Except should there be a draw at full time, it won't go to golden point. Other than that, most of the rules that govern the NRL are being utilised here today. Tauhara Liko.
Crystal, where do you want to play the ball? Where do you want to play the ball? 10-20 middle.
Oh, opportunity really gone and missed there from Lavinia Tohalaliko. Took the quick run from dummy half and was pushed out over the side. It's good defence from the Kiwi Ferns.
Where you are, wait.
A missed opportunity. Lowly, sideline with us. Monty, this left edge for the Kiwi attack is proving very potent. And those tries scored just down in front of you. You can expect a little bit more action coming your way as well, I guess.
Yeah, potent is the correct word for this Kiwi side, and on both edges, in fact, and even through the middle of the field. But what isn't potent is if you don't, if you hand over the ball in possession to the opposition. So what we've seen now is obviously Tonga doing that. Centre field, great opportunity, but now it's a chance for the Ferns to come out.
Just showing it on the inside and then up into work across field, racing McGregor. Plenty of experience, the 24-year-old. Of course, he's also had soccer, touch experience. A lot of these women, multi-sports athletes like yourself, honey. Can turn their hands to a number of codes. Touch, tag, likewise. Rugby, through the middle comes Rayshawn Jones, right from one, and then the pass. It was a bit of a basketball pass. Thought for a moment it drifted forward. Rota puts the foot down. It's finished off by Vahakolo. Well, this Kiwi team is running riot here early on in the first of our double hitters from Mount Smart Stadium. That's 3 tries in 9 minutes.
Yeah, and how good to see the debutants really
force and running inside and outside shoulders, and makes a real difference. So we'll see if Jones can slot this one from the sideline.
They've been difficult conversion attempts, but hasn't struck them particularly well. But she certainly looks confident through the middle, honey, Rayshawn, and she's steering the ship well and combining brilliantly with her hooker. And this is quite a concerning sight here for Shirley Mailangi, because she's the one with the most experience and was really the go-to player that Tonga would have relied on to steer them around the park.
Yeah, absolutely. She is one of the leaders of the team. She's played NRLW for Parramatta. You know, she's quick, she's agile, she's got really good experience there to offer. I think she'll try and push through for her team.
So 12-0. One thing about the Tongan supporters, though, look, they just love their peeps, irrespective of score lines. So they'll stay in here. They certainly do need some possession here. They've had to pile on 35, so 25 extra tackles already. So the workload here for Mate Tonga has been quite extreme. You see Tegan Dimmick going across the top. Downstairs, Kimberly Nikua. First receiver is McGregor with a drop-off through the middle. No need to do too much here. There's Roxette Murdoch. Hale, first receiver, one left. Sensibly takes it to ground on the 30-metre line. And play on, says the referee, as Hale has pulled up again. And that's a 10-minute professional foul. And it's going to make life even tougher here for Mate Tonga.
Just wait, right.
Yeah, Shirley Mailangi being sent yellow card there for professional foul. Should be disappointed with that.
Well, Georgia Hale wanted to get on with it. Quite obviously, Mailangi didn't want her to. This is danger time again. Tonga have to be very, very mindful. Sharpen their defence. Can't stop him. Unstoppable. Amy Turner this time. She's in for the try-scoring celebrations as well.
Oh, we've seen what the left edge can do, and now it's the right edge side, and it's experience of the likes of Racine McGregor. She will see space, and she will expose that space every single time. It's a beautifully worked set-piece move here. Georgia, it starts with Georgia really trying to take that quick penalty, and then they get the player sent off, and then it's what they do after this. It's all about ball movement. We've been seeing it, just the interplay that they've got there. The dummy runner, then Autumn Rain. Great ball to Amy Turner. She finds the space.
Yeah, the backdoor play to the fullback was smart, wasn't it? Even the hands-up decoy. So they're all over Tonga at the moment. And being down to 12 players, it's going to be tough for them. Of the imagery. The celebrations well-deserved too. 13 minutes gone. 4 tries have been scored already. This New Zealand Ferns team are really wanting to make people sit up and take notice.
Exciting too for both Paige McGregor and Amy Turner, both on debut out in the centres there.
Gents, tries under review to review the grounding.
Oh, looks like the referee wants to check the grounding.
Well,
Grounding.
Have another look too. They're going up to the bunker for a review here. To the line, to the line.
Thanks,
Looks
mate.
okay from here, but of course we're not in the bunker. What about you, honey?
Yeah, no, looks like fingertips are on the ball for me. Decent enough downward pressure.
It's not on the screen. Do you want me to go? Yep.
This is International
Thank you.
Rugby League, and it's certainly...
Time on, knock on, 20-metre restart.
Well, there you go. Well, fair enough, you'll be looking at home as well and have your own thoughts, but that's the way it's been called. And that's resulted in a flurry of flags.
Really good opportunity here for Tonga
20-metre restart.
to really get
20-metre restart.
through their sets, completion, get to the kick, try and play some football down in their own half.
Well, I'm assuming, honey, that was the call of the Tongan captain to go to the review, and therefore a smart captain's move. Because Sapani right there makes her way onto the field, and for Katrina Latu. Of course, from the proud hooklights in whānau that most of you are well familiar with. Straight having her into the mix. This is better from Tonga, and they really just have to start making their mark. Not try too hard. That's a poor pass. The bounce in the end, favourable for Tonga. Jones with the defence. Sliding into dummy half, there's Shannon Muru now. That pass, the Harbour Bridge effort on a China Pulata. Out of Brisbane, South Logan. Turning back on the inside now. In comes the fullback. Tohoraliku pops the pass as well. This is better here from Tonga. And that pass unnecessary. And in the end, snaffled by Racing McGregor. And what looked like a promising build-up there momentarily for the Tonga squad comes to an abrupt end. And now the Kiwis have it with Paige McGregor.
Stay on the mark. 8.
Tonga need to D up here, really get serious, and force the Kiwis to make an error. And Natasha Penatali with some fine work. Again, through the left. Bartlett comes off the wing.
15 and 12.
This is put away by Hopoate, and also by Muru. 27 out, centre field. Straight down the barrel this time around.
Go, come 10, 15.
And trying to create something more. Here's Jones. There's a nice tactical game, Leishon. The bounce here is going to be very important. The fullback survives. Vina has played one game for the Ferns. What's been celebrated widely in International Rugby League is the adoption of a scheme that allows players to play in second-tier nations during a World Cup cycle, and it has resulted in the strengthening of these teams. And of course today we note that Fiji and the Cooks, PNG, Samoa, all on show later, and coming through Sky Sport here in New Zealand, and no doubt across the rugby league channels you're watching in Australia as well. So Tonga down by 3 tries, could have been 4. Paige McGregor on debut, scoring in the 3rd minute. That was followed quickly by Bartlett. Akolo. Woods touch on the far side of the field. Head this way, says Autumn Rain, and that's some D. That's Polata in the mix with Hayley Hefall.
6 around the legs.
And deemed a tip tackle. But what it did do is just inspired teammates. Honey, your thoughts here?
Yeah, it's good to see Tonga get to their kick, complete their sets, and they're doing enough just to get up the field and start to play in their own half. And it's big defensive efforts coming in. Penalised here for the tip tackle coming up above the waist there, but you can see it really lifted their team when you put in big hits like that.
And it's so absolutely vital that they continue in this vein. 17 minutes gone here. The first international will be played in 2.5 years at Mount Smart Stadium. This is a return of International Rugby League and NRL Rugby League as well. The Warriors hosting the Tigers in a week or so's time.
8 clear, 15 square.
So now, the woman in black and white on the halfway line. Roto puts some work in front of her charging prop forward, Wasala. They're still down one defender. Nice run, good meter reader for Rota. She's away for one and then climbing all over her. It's Nikua is able to grasp her about 20 metres out.
That's way too long. You flopped in and you stayed in. Yep.
A tap and go again, which is already caught Tonga. Not so much sleeping, but they're slightly unaware, and now they are very much aware of the threat. You better believe it, because here they come. Here come the black jerseys. It's McGregor, and now Bartlett. Stepping back on the inside, Maddie Bartlett, looking for the whole shot. There it is. Here's a charge. A that was good. 15 on 15. Scanlon and Hopawati. Borota says, hang on, guys. We've got more to do. And it's Racine McGregor who races through and nails the try beside the post.
Oh, it's the three-time NRLW Premiership winner. She's had 2 titles with the Broncos, 1 with the Roosters this year. She is an exceptional ball player, but it's her footwork here. So quick, she gets on the inside and gets over for the Kiwi Ferns off some pretty impressive defence from the Tongan team. The likes of Kalosi Pani has come on and made some really big hits against the Kiwi Ferns girls, but
that's eyes up footy, isn't it? Racine McGregor and Madison Bartlett set it up with her dancing feet, which put her across field, and then they were close by. And remember, they're still down to 12 defenders after that indiscretion by Shirley Mailangi. And Racine McGregor, she's not a big player, but she's fast, and she'll grab every opportunity. Sideline with you, Lowly.
Yeah, she's not a big player, but she's a big game player, as you mentioned there. 3-time NRL Women's Premiership winner. She's just got so much time with the ball. On that occasion, she hasn't tried to overplay in her hand. She just subtle 2-hand carry, steps off her right foot twice, does enough to get over. Attack all over the park, this Kiwi Fern side.
Well, they've been well drilled. 12-0 through to 16. Soon to be 18. And that is the case. So a great lead here. Just analysing her game for a moment too, please, honey. Racine, obviously you don't win 3 premierships unless you've got something serious going on. What is it you like most about what she brings to the table?
Oh, just her vision, you know. She's decisive with her calls. She's really good at stepping up and leading them around, but also her ball playing skills. You know, she's very accurate. She's got a good kicking game, just a great all-round skill set.
As you saw a few moments ago, the Kiwi squad arriving. These guys come from some serious work, of course, as full-time professional NRL players. And now to come into camp and to enjoy that experience of being together and wearing the international jersey. It's a wonderful milestone, and a few debutantes as well coming later this afternoon here at Mount Smart. It's 18-0. We're a quarter game time gone.
She's on side, you can go.
We'll be looking forward to the return of their player in the bin for discretion. As we mentioned at the start, though, it's very much a building exercise. They've got the 5-year plan, and there is a problem for Arakua. Oh, yep, there's a sniper in the stands by the looks of things. That didn't look good at all, honey.
Yeah, no, it didn't look good at all. And hopefully it's not an Achilles issue or anything too serious like that. I mean, ngā tuku toru Arakua. Oh, yeah. That's tough. She's been in good form this year. She went into the NRLW, played for the Knights. She's come back home, played for her club side, Manurewa. She's a very good ball-playing back rower, and she'll be a huge loss to the Kiwi Ferns if she can't continue.
Well, you saw her playing, you saw the Achilles go. That's what they normally say. It feels like there's someone that just shot you. Don't know where it's come from. As soon as she came down and she landed, it's happened. As we see the Tongan side coming there, Waka.
I'm surprised it's not a red bus. But it's great to have them here. They bring the colour, the vibrancy, and a pretty crack outfit. Yes, they've got some young players on debut coming up later in the double header here at Mount Smart. But gee, they've got a forward pack, very formidable forward pack coming up against Maguire's Kiwis later in the afternoon. Back into the action, 18-0, 21 gone. Let's have a look at some of the stats here. It's mostly to do with the amount of defence that Tonga have had to do. They've put on 50 extra tackles so far in this first half. We're only a quarter of the game gone, Holly.
Yeah, absolutely. And they've been made to work really hard, and we know that defence is just going to really fatigue them early, so they're able to complete sets, defensive sets here, and shut the Kiwi Ferns down.
Keeping it alive too for McGregor, who is always there, just awaiting a ball that might be slipped late, chiming in lovely is Stevens Daly. Defensive work, Tegan Dimmock's already racked up 17 tackles. Just getting in the way a little bit. But a gamesmanship from Rota. Holds it up nicely, then sets it up beautifully for Murdoch on the carry. And Roxy gets the ball away. In fact, it's been snaffled initially by Tohalaliku. Referee Badger says, not on. You can challenge if you want, she says, but that's the way I'm ruling it.
Come off. Chids. We have a captain's challenge by Tonga on the decision of a strip ball.
It's an international. It's worth utilising the tools available as a captain. She indeed was the one who was in there. There's no hand there at that stage, and it ends up in her hand. So there's potential for this one to go her way
just
as
on
well.
your turn where there's a stripping action here from Tonga. New Zealand player is attempting to offload the ball. There's no stripping action from Tonga. Challenge is successful.
So you know, kids, that's not coming over the ground.
Well, Lavinia has got it right twice.
All right. It's going to be...
She might as well visit the blackjack table because their luck's running pretty sweet today.
Player number.
It's a good call from the captain.
Number 7. Number 1. You stripped the board in. Yeah, you ended up with the ball, I mean. Okay, it's going to be their ball. There's no stripping action. So when you play the ball here, she doesn't get tackled, so it'll be no tackles there. I'll tell you when, okay?
Well, something to cheer about. The run meters, New Zealand have racked up 524 run meters. Tonga so far just over 150. So really the stats are reading as one-way traffic. And only Hart's going to lift this squad. You get the feeling that these players respond to each other's big efforts. Karadina Wetakohu is in the mix in jersey number 16. For Ricky Henry's Black Ferns, this is Pierre Pritchard, who carries, but not a lot of joy as the black and white jerseys swamp her out of dummy half. Mailangi's back into the mix. Put away by Hale. At the back is always very efficient with her work. She's not a big back rower, but her front-on tackling technique is very sharp. Dimmock's been one of the best so far today. And looking for the chip and the regather. The bounce is going to be important here. Some brave work as well by the fullback who comes and threw herself down at the ball. And there's considerable risk in that practice, but she was brave enough to try and make sure that the Tongan team couldn't advance past her.
Oh, it's great play from China Polata there to put the kick over. She forces the knock-on from Autumn Stevens-Rain, putting that pressure on her after the kick chase there. And again, Tonga get the scrum here and end up in a good position. I really would like to see them shift the ball a bit more.
Well, they've got their full complement as a couple of reserves await their chance. Others working hard at the moment for the Tongan defenders. Benetani is racked up 15 tackles. Good meterage here from New Zealand. 65 for Georgia Hale. Here's Tonga. This is more structured with a bit more potential as Mailangi comes back to try and steer the ship around. Out it comes to Amelia Muffy. Ball down, play on. It's Mailangi again. And Rota dives, as Casey Badger says, I'm okay with you, Crystal. You were square. There are no complaints here. This is Penatani. Now on to Polata. Put away in the tackle of Murdoch. 8 metres from the try line. Best chance so far in the match for Mate Tonga as Penatani comes back into Timuro Tiaki, the heat of the flame. Here's Polata again this time. Gets the pass away. Hold on to the ball. Would be one piece of advice. And they have it on the last tackle. This is Nikua, 5 out from the try line. Tonga, best opportunity so far in the match. 25 gone, and Mailangi has a go herself. We see a lot of tries scored from dummy half, but this time around, one step too far. And Shirley might get a chance to reassess whether that was the best tactic at that time. Well, not. She made the call. It didn't come up. Now it's time for Tonga to put on some big D.
Yeah, she's probably a bit too far from the line to try and attempt that dummy half try. But look, it was a good set from Tonga. It's their first time in good ball zone up in that 10. You could see them. They were hungry. They all wanted the ball. Probably needed a little bit more patience there and really try and move the ball a bit more, get into some shape.
This is an extremely important set here for Tonga, and already Rota, easy 10, 12 metres. That's experience for you, a retreating defensive line, and she's able to take advantage. McGregor now for the charging Wina Kohu. On her feet, right on the dot, halfway line.
Monica's going.
Sean Jones, she's the up and under now. Pressure onto the back, nicely taken in the end by Luisa Sikona. Sikona showing some good skills there. West Brisbane, and it will be a penalty for Tonga.
They're in front of you. You can't have your... Yeah,
And referee Badger was quite understanding to allow that, or to give some advice. Tap and go because your player's in front of you. You're forced to give a penalty. Here's Tohala Liku. Lavinia, she's the captain.
You get a kick or tap? Okay.
So the referee's mic for you at home too. Once again, a warm welcome. Thanks for tuning in today. Here's our Kiwi team. Jordan Rapana, sorry, Tapane, Joseph Manu, Brandon Smith. In shot there, Peter Hiku. These guys will be lovely returning home. There's Ken Mo Malo. Back in the hood, boys, back in the hood. That's the neighbourhood too. Hey, listen, the NRL's beating for brain cancer round next week in support of the Mark Hughes Foundation. In Australia, brain cancer kills more kids than any other disease, and more people over the age of 40 than any other cancer. The Mark Hughes Foundation raising funds to support vital research into treatments and cures for brain cancer, and for another year running, the NRL is proud to support this great cause. You can head to the markhughesfoundation.com.au to support today. Back row, Katrina Latu with the ball now. And this is better from Tonga. They're well positioned. 12 metres out, a knock on. No, it's okay, it's gone back. Here come Tonga on the ball through Samita. And Samita is here. 5 out from the line. What's going to happen here is Mailangi has the ball in hand. Pushes it across, and Palata wants it over the top. They get hold of the fullback and want to drag her back, but Autumn Rain says, I'm staying right here in the field of play, thanks very much. Kiwi Ferns ball, but just a little bit more excitement coming from the attack from the Tongan Wahine.
Yeah, absolutely, trying to pull out to there, adding a bit more variation. She's got good tactical awareness, using her kick to advantage, as you see Shannon Muru take a good charge here.
And that is a good charge. 10 metres out. This is another great opportunity. Here they come at 18-0. Can Tonga bounce one back? Tohalaliku! She can't get through, and again, it's the determination of the skipper, Rota, who stops her run. This is Samita. Under pressure now, Mailangi. The Tongan crowd will lift him. They're close, they've got chances. Samita, Palata. Long ball, wide. A little bit of space out there for Hefo. And it's Racing McGregor there, who makes a very important tackle. Looking down the short side, Palata has a go herself, and she's driven across the touchline. The Ferns sensed what her intentions were, and they closed the door on any potential threat.
Oh, she's been strong this half for Tonga, trying to pull out. I really like what she's doing. She's putting in everything to try and get her team back into this game, but the goal line defense from the Kiwi Ferns, they're very strong. Could see the urgency in them. They weren't giving an inch.
It's been a really slick defensive effort here by the Kiwi Ferns. And Tonga have lifted their game in the last few moments. It's been 10 minutes now without conceding a try. Really got stung with back-to-back efforts in the 3rd and 5th minutes, which made life difficult for them. But they're showing a little resolve at the moment. They just need a little bit more inventiveness with ball in hand. But right now they've got barnstorming forwards that they've got to take care of, and this time it's Weta Kohu.
When she's already completed the tackle, you can't jump in.
So a flopping penalty here for New Zealand. By Lui Lale, the Tongan greeting. And kia ora, mo te wao matariki. It's the Māori New Year. We're celebrating big time here in Aotearoa, New Zealand. And we're just really pleased to have your company here. For those who've just tuned in, perhaps, this wonderful double header, the return of International Rugby League to Mount Smart Stadium here in Auckland, as the back rower works again to the skipper and Rota to ground inside the 20. Danger time here for Tonga. They put some promising efforts on attack, and that bounce is going to be important. And it looks pretty good on the far side for Amy Turner. The referee Badger says, "You'll do me." Great effort on the far side. No risk, no reward, and the Kiwis were willing to give themselves an opportunity. Have a look here as McGregor chips over the top. Where's the ball going? Well, it's into the arms of Turner, and she makes no mistake.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great kick here from Racine McGregor, but it's a difficult pick-up for Amy Turner here, and she was denied her first try, but she wasn't going to let that one go past her. Awesome to see the Tokoro born and raised. Amy Turner gets some points on the board in her debut for the Kiwi Ferns.
Now, I know you're from the South Waikato there, sister, from Putaranu, so you've got to mention towns that are down in the timber town of New Zealand from Tokoroa. I tell you, Joey Money's a bit of a hero out of the timber town too, isn't he, honey?
Oh, he sure is. I mean, they breed them tough down in the South Waikato, but, you know, the likes of Amy, she comes with a large amount of experience. You know, she's been playing for the Broncos. She's an Australian Sevens rep. Grew up with her playing in down in the cold frost down in Tokoroa and Putaruru, but just her outstanding ball skills, you know, and just her longevity in the game has been outstanding.
And you've got to be willing for anything, don't you? You've got to be ready for it. There wasn't much wriggle room for her to get that ball, but she showed great commitment. And congratulations to her. She was denied a try, as we know, prior to Racine's try close to the posts, but she would not be denied that time around. Scoreline reflecting well on the effort these women in the black and white jersey have put together here this afternoon. Long way out and no success that time around for LaShawn Jones. 22 points to 0 in the first of our double headers. Take nothing away from Tonga. They've been fighting hard, but here they come. Here they are, the heroes of Tonga. I don't think they'd ever have to make their own toast if they go out and visit home. Sure, people will look after them with plenty of food. Hey, they gave them some land anyway, some of the boys, for their efforts last time around, but gee, they put a lovely sting into the tail of International Rugby League. We're looking forward to them really having a good ding-dong here this afternoon when they come out against the Kiwi boys. Would be excellent. Just after 5 o'clock local time, kick-off. This big representative round celebrating the contribution of Pacific Nations to our wonderful game. That's a lovely run this time as well. There's room in there for bigger players, and then you've got the little darters as well. Back rower, Hale, experienced, keeping it alive. Pass, Bartlett back on the inside. Tonga getting dizzy, looking at these black jerseys coming at him left, right and centre. And now shutting down the action, 22 metres out from the line. 10 over the western touchline here. You get the feeling that with 6.5 to play in the first half, there's going to be more tries on the board here for this Kiwi Ferns team, who are really doing it here this afternoon. Hale to her feet. 15 out. Little darting run from Maynard. Trawling her way forward is Weta Kohu. Numbers out the right. And Racine McGregor almost toying with the Tongan squad. And Lavinia, the fullback and skipper for Tonga, times aborted, but couldn't quite stop the knock-on. Again, just seeing the foresight, the footy smarts that this talented halfback has
Oh, absolutely, Racing. But also, you look at that set and the amount of involvement that Georgia Hale has. I mean, just her versatility. You can see what the Kiwi Ferns are trying to do in terms of their interplay and their ball movement. But Georgia Hale, we know her work rate is exceptional, and she will keep going all day. And here's it go.
So here we go. It's just that simple. Sorry to interrupt, but it was coming down that line. They're so confident in their abilities at the moment, the Kiwi Ferns. Their training camp for this match must have been running hard as Caitlin Va'akolo comes through on the far side, relatively untouched. Here's the ball from McGregor again, and hats off as well to Autumn Rain Stevens-Daly, who sensed that if I can pick up this one, it'll leave my wing wide open, and in goes Caitlin to score. Coming thick and fast. She's got a brilliant 80-metre try during the Sky Women's Premiership, but she's a talent, and one that'll be around for some time to go. Now, she's got 200,000 social media followers. What does she do, honey? Have you had a look?
Oh, she's an interesting character, young Caitlin Va'akolo. Oh, it's such a good try for the Kiwi Ferns. It's one you can see they would have practiced in terms of setting up their shape off that midfield scrum. Coach will be very happy with that.
A lot of their tries have had good shape, good preparation, good build-up. And yes, they did score a couple while one of the players was in the bin. That was Shirley Mailangi. During that 10 minutes, 2 tries conceded by Tonga. Well, 26-0. But this is an international. The Kiwi Ferns are wanting to stamp their mark. Let those in England and Australia know with the World Cup coming up, it's going to be a tough competition. As we see Luisa Vaiki there. Great to see you, Luisa. Wonderful footballer in her own right, but she's had a long involvement now with New Zealand's rugby league. And I tell you what, if Lei Shon's kicking had been on target today, we would have had a massive scoreline. At the moment, 26 points to 0. And the tries have come thick and fast. McGregor, Bartlett, Va'akolo 2. Racing McGregor. Turner. Other try scorers here. Let's have a look at some of the stats. Well, 9 offloads for the Kiwis, 4 for their opponents. Run meters now getting up towards 700 against 311. New Zealand's post-contact meters, 237, 119 their opponents. 21 tackles to Dimmock. Biggest defender here numbers-wise for the Kiwi Ferns is their skipper, Rota. He's racked up 12 tackles. More to come, 4 minutes to play. Tonga blown out of the water here. Just by the ferocity of the charges through the big players, the big forward pack, and these sorts of darting runs. Carving at the moment, Nita Maynard. Ex-Aussie Rugby Sevens. 8 tests for New Zealand, Nita. From Gisborne as well. And the Kiwis have been really enjoying the fullbacks game today. Autumn Rain Stevens Daly. Likes to get herself involved and just get up, create that extra player, and overlap with a knock-on for Tonga. So another chance for New Zealand. Down to you before we get to the halftime break here. Laulu Monte-Beetham, he's been working sideline this afternoon. It's been one-way traffic here. Tonga have had the odd chance, but our women in the black and white jerseys today, Laulu, have just been on fire.
Well, they have been. I think because they're all on the same page and been working as a collective and helping each other out. Flip side to that with the Tonga side, it's been a very much individual. The effort has been there, but you know, kicking for themselves as opposed for other teammates, but also not being able to understand whose turn is to run where and what they're setting up for the big place.
Still more to come here. Again, looking threatening. Field positions to their favour. The black and white jerseys are all over the place. This is Maynard, darts out, drop off on the inside, around they come, and it's Kohu almost gets there, but the damage is done, and they might number up out here. It's Bartlett once again. Here she comes back in field, looking for the straightening runner. There'll be one soon. She gets the pass away. The numbers are there. The dummy from Rota. The ball out to McGregor. And Tonga survive, but only just as Amy Turner is pulled to ground. Here they come. They won't be able to stop this run. Roxy Murdoch says, this one's mine. I'm going on the score sheet too. And she is in for try number 7.
Again, such a great display of ball skills and interplay from the Kiwi Ferns. They're going from width to width. They send the big runners down in the likes of Kohu here. Tonga does well to stop her here, but again, they just seem to ship in the charging run from Murdoch there. Great to see another debutant get on the board.
They are just rock and rolling here this afternoon, this squad. A few high fives. That's some pretty flash lashes. Did you used to do your lashes, honey, before you went and played international footy?
No, not me. Just on Roxy. Murdoch Masilla, though, you know, she's played this year for the Broncos. She's also played for the Warrington Wolves. She captained them over in England. She's such a skillful player. So good to see her in the Kiwis jersey. And she's so committed to rugby league that she went to her jersey presentation the same day as her wedding. I mean, that is impressive.
That is incredible. Hey, well, at least she didn't get married in her jersey. Congratulations to her. How long ago was that, honey?
A couple of years ago, husband Ben Murdoch Masilla from out of the Warriors team there, and wishing him all the best on his recovery.
Yeah, very much so. Well, that's he'll be really proud of this wahine then. Good straight, direct running, but the build-up work was smart. Again, Madison Bartlett showing his skill set. She's got patience too, Maddie. Just wove herself across the field. She knew something was coming and an opportunity would surface soon. Went to ground, but was soon after that. Quick hands, quick thinking, and direct running, resulting in that try number 7. Big first half effort. And I know many of us came along not quite knowing what to anticipate from this young Tongan team. And it's not that they've lacked heart, far from it. It's just at the moment I think they're getting a masterclass in what it's going to take to be competitive at the top echelon of international women's rugby league as the siren sounds in the background, and what must be seen as a very satisfying first half performance here by the Kiwi Ferns for their skipper Crystal Rota and also for their coach Ricky Henry. This is International Rugby League. Yes, great to have it back too at Mount Smart Stadium. Half-time and our first of our double hitters as the Kiwi Ferns leading Tonga 30-0. Of course, the Kiwi Ferns are trying to shape up for the World Cup coming at the end of the year, but it was a powerhouse performance in the first half. We're underway here. Kiwi team running left to right from our broadcast position here at Mount Smart in the Western Stand as we see Tonga in possession. The tackler there, the back rower, Georgia Hale. She's just an absolute workhorse. The defensive skill set is really something else. And it must be so comforting to know, as a skipper, you've got somebody so committed to the defensive side of the game at the back. And speaking of skippers, there she is, Crystal Rocha, a solid first half performance from her with 12 tackles, 6 hit-ups as well. And when we look at some of the stats through that first half, and there have been a lot of missed tackles here for Tonga, 25, and of course run meters, well, getting up towards 450 extra run meters for the home team. 30 points to 0. Let's get back into the action as Kimberly Nikua gets hold of the ball, and she's taken now by Roxette Murdoch, or Roxy as she's known to her friends, but I don't know her, so I'll probably call her Roxette.
Surrender!
With the ball now, Katarina with a Kohu. Fullback, Autumn Rain comes chiming in.
Arms off 30!
Taking in the tackle of Latu Samita.
Go, 2.
Bartlett
Go, 14! Drag it in. Go, 3.
Good work in the first half, the left winger. And again, it's Ruta. Always keeping the defensive lines guessing. Eyes darting left and right. Throwing little dummies as well. Steering it back into the middle. Here's Hale. Post-contact meters pretty solid here as well. 277 for the Kiwi Ferns. And they've started off the second half in the way they started the first. Here's the kick into the end goal. Pressure on at the back. And the skipper has to push it dead. No alternative that time around. Great set for the Kiwi Ferns.
Yeah, again, Racing McGregor just continuing to apply pressure, putting in those stabbing little kicks. Lavinia Tohalaliko has no choice but to get that one out. Now they have to go to the dropout there, so a repeat set for the Kiwi Ferns. They've come out with a lot of energy this second half.
You know, Crystal works as a skipper right in the thick of the action, doesn't she, honey? And I just wonder, fullbacks, they have a good opportunity to look at the wider scope of the field, but perhaps not the verbal impact that somebody in the thick of the action is able to provide.
Yeah, absolutely. You see Crystal, they've got her in there as well as Nita Maynard, so they're sort of interplaying in terms of that hooker role, but what Crystal offers is she's just constantly going forward. It's absolutely outstanding defensively. She'll play 80 minutes for her team.
Here's Maynard into dummy half. Danger time again! Danger time again! I don't know if they've been able to hold her back. Winner Kohu is in under the crossbar. Well, too big and strong, and she just comes barreling through. Got low leg drive to finish it off, and just enough to get the Steeden across the line. Let's have another look at it. A no-look pass from Maynard. Smart footy. And then the powerhouse comes flying through. Look at that ball. But a subterfuge there. But making no mistake this time around, the big forward had to score in the best possible place.
Oh, there was no stopping Wirakohu there. She is second test for the Kiwi Ferns. First try in the black jersey. She'll be absolutely ecstatic with that. She brings such huge physical presence. She's a dangerous runner. She's such a handful to stop, and she shows that tonight. She plays for Manurewa Marlins out of club. She's also playing a bit of rugby down in Wellington as well, but she's come off an NRL season with the Knights, and she's in really good form.
Let's take our hat off to the Manurewa Marlins. They've been the ground for a lot of fantastic footballers, and they adopted women's rugby league right from the get-go. They've had some brilliant trainers, mentors involved over the years. Well, it's a conversion, but not an authoritative conversion, let's put it that way, but LeSean finally does get one there. The Manurewa women's rugby league scene have really been pushing the boundaries for the last 20, in fact, maybe like 25 years.
Especially in terms of women's rugby, they've produced many Kiwi Ferns over the years, and some of the other stalwart clubs and the likes of Richmond. Point Chev has really stepped up this year. A few players have gone and played for Point Chev, Papakura, and also the likes of Tani Wharo down in Huntly. They've got a team up here playing in the Premiership Women's Competition. The likes of Maya Homoana come out of that club. So, I mean, it's growing, and we talk about the growing of the game, and at the moment, New Zealand Māori Rugby League have got their Kōrero tournament happening, and they have 44 teams playing in that competition from age groups from 14 through to 18. I mean, that's exceptional. That's 750 female girl players down at Rotorua playing 3 days of rugby league this weekend.
And good on them too. But this is what the building for the next generation of international representatives is all about. And look at this, a bit of a dummy, a pop pass. Oh, there's a bit of it they can't do. Oh, the rain is away this time, and she's pulled down just 4 meters out from the try line. Maynard's been exceptional. This one's been touched by a Tongan defender. And so the Ferns will get it again. You can't afford to look away here, honey.
Oh, again, it's Wirakohu again with the footwork, with the dummy pass. She's got such a massive skill set. And Autumn Rain right off her shoulder there. She's hunting for herself for a try. She's been so dynamic. She's given herself a few try assists already. But Kiwi Ferns in a great position here to strike again.
Katarina's been on top of her game. Look, she would be at the back end, I guess, of her illustrious career. but she's represented the North in the Farah Palmer Cup as well, so she can play footy all right. Here's Autumn Rain in. Out they come. Numbers. Sweet as a nut for Madison Bartlett, who is in down the left edge. Oh, make no mistake. This Kiwi Ferns team, they wanted to make a statement, and they're putting exclamation marks on it, left, right, and centre.
Oh, they're just threats right across the park here. You head out to that left edge, and again, it's interplay. Autumn Daly Stevens has been exceptional. Just her ability to draw players in. Paige McGregor with the quick hands there. They're just linking so well together. Got that great cohesion. They're looking really good for the Rugby League World Cup this year.
Maddie Bartlett, wonderful young wahine. She did some real Māori classes with her. She's much smarter than me, cottoned onto her a lot quicker than I did, but it's a side of our country's development that is acknowledged here with the first nation in the world to take an indigenous concept, matariki, being the turning of the tide, so to speak, in the mid-year, and to make it into a public holiday, which occurred yesterday here in New Zealand. More and more people using the native tongue of our land, Te Reo Māori, including Maddie Bartlett. There's Louisa Awaiki, tough prop forward back in her day. There's Leishon. She's had some difficult kicks. Might have to get Halligan down with her. And sadly, our players, obviously, we thought it was an Achilles, wasn't it, honey?
Yeah, ngā toko toru there, Arakua, on her Achilles, so hopefully not too bad, and she'll be ready to come back for the World Cup. But no, here's Madison Bartlett there. She's really evolved as a player. Such a great finisher. She had an outstanding season with the Dragons, recently signed now, crossing over to the Titans. She'll join Georgia Hale and a few others. Just a threat. She's such a complete player.
You're watching the action here from Mount Smart Stadium in Auckland, New Zealand. Referee Casey Badger says that it's gone backwards, and I'm okay with that. So they've had precious little ball. Possession stats read pretty tough here for the Tongan squad. But interesting you touch on that tournament of young Māori players, honey. It's just lends weight to the idea that if you develop confidence and skill sets like this one, what about the mid-step Goosey as well? Keeping the defenders guessing. Autumn Rain, and there's an intercept. He won't have the wheels, or maybe there's a way for one. Sakona has the ball run down, but she had a few Kiwi Ferns on the fly too, and her defence unlikely to get away from them. Here's Tonga, they haven't had much ball as Lavina Tauhalaliku, the skipper, gets hold of the ball, and a penalty for the Matema'a Tonga squad.
Kick or tap?
Glad to have you with us here this afternoon. Don't forget,
When you're ready.
it's the Beanie for Brain Cancer round. And you can find beanies to help search for a cure for brain cancer. Best place to do that is at the markhughesfoundation.com.au. Buy your beanie today. Charlotte Scanlon with the ball now, and she's just inside enemy territory. Tonga down by 40-0. And this lady's on the boil. Look out, she's coming again at you. Karolaina Winakohu setting the stage for a wonderful performance. Here comes the next actor in the scene. And to play it as Murdoch out of dummy half. Maynard, here's the ball. Oh, driven across the line is Vakolo. So some good D, sliding D, desperate D here from Tonga.
Yeah, they go down the short side here, the Kiwi Ferns, and it's a good little offload from Amy Turner, but it's China Polata It takes her out of the field. I mean, there's been some really good defensive efforts individually from the Tongan team. Natasha Penetani has really stood out to me. She's working really hard out there, trying to contain the likes of Werakohu, Moana. She's got good, strong defence on her, and she's really digging in there for her Tongan side.
And, of course, Dimmick as well, the prop forwards. They've had a torrid time out there because of the go-forward that's been able to be achieved with the cohesion that the New Zealand squad have been able to play with. Of course, they've had a little bit more time together than the Tongan squad. We know that it's a building phase for this young team. And even though they might be down by 40 points to nil, honey, you know that coaches are watching intently the small things that you do and the attitude that you show, even though your team is facing an uphill battle and unlikely to get to the prize. What they do here is being closely scrutinised.
Oh, absolutely, and a lot of it comes down to those pressure moments and what they're doing under pressure, and giving away silly penalties like this one in terms of the Kiwi Ferns. You know, it's really what the coaches are looking at is how they react in terms of their pressure, and the decision making is also really important. Just on the Tongan side, you know, they were here 2 years ago. They played Niue. You know, it was a really strong game, and they had the likes of Mele Hufanga, Alice Valea, Lilieta Maumau, all New Zealand-based Tongan players. So it'll be interesting to see them rejoin the group, hopefully as they work towards the 2025 World Cup.
Well, what International Women's Rugby League needs is a confident and potent Tongan squad to be part of that. Sure, we've got England, they'll be strong, we know that. The Ferns are always there or thereabouts. Australia, obviously, dominant. And if you have ever doubted the quality of the Women's Rugby League game, Honey and I were watching excerpts from last night's State of O across the Tasman, and the quality of the game was just exceptional. So we know it can be done, and that's what these teams are building towards, to be able to replicate that level of intensity and quality each time they take to the paddock.
Yeah, 100%. And again, here you see the Tongan side, they're adding a little bit more variety in terms of their attack, completing their sets. They've done well this half. They've completed all 3 of their sets, and so they're building into this game and starting to add a little bit more momentum. It's their defence. They've got to be a little bit more urgent in terms of their defence. They're letting the Kiwi Ferns roll up the field.
And one thing that I guess is obvious as well is the back-to-back tries at the start of the halves. They conceded 2 in that first half and 2 very quick ones after the halftime break. So these are little refinements that are possible to be made so that they can become more competitive through the course of the 80 minutes. If you let your guard down in the first couple of minutes, it can also sink some of your confidence as well. And now we see Jones with an opportunity, putting that off the posts. And nice clean-up work coming across the top 2 from Maihu Moana, who's back into the mix. 17's Crystal Stowers, she's there. Well, Coach Henry has the luxury, I guess, here of being able to give a bit more game time to those that he might have been intending on using sparingly, but now that the scoreline is as it is, a chance for those who might not have got so much game time to get a little bit more on track.
Oh, it's great to see Crystal Stowers out there. She debuted in 2020, and she has just been in outstanding form. She's had to work really hard. She's had a number of injuries and had to overcome a fair bit of adversity, but she is relentless when she is out there. Huge work rate, links well, she's got good ball playing skills. She'll be one to watch definitely in the future in this black jersey.
Well, that pass, Nita Maynard made it difficult for Mailangi to make the pass, as we see Urota. A bit of a breather and can relax somewhat now. Captain comes with a bit of intensity. We can't understate. Georgia Hale has been a model of consistency here for Ricky Henry through the afternoon. Maynard leaves it out the back, finds McGregor, and now they're just shaping it up. That's nice, but it just goes to ground off the hand of Akolo out to the right. But certainly it looked as though it had all the mix necessary to get another 4-pointer. Just have a little squizzy at that. There's no doubt, though, that the coverage of the NRLW has resulted in a more professional attitude from our young athletes. And this is a honey hit-me smiler, and I watched you. Your feet have been tapping through the course of the commentary. When the Tongan music starts a beating.
I can just feel the energy starting to lift. And you talk about the NRLW, 6 teams currently. It's been announced it's extending out to 10 teams. The Raiders, Cowboys, Sharks, Tigers all been included into the competition. It just gives more opportunity to grow the game for some of our Kiwi players to either play in the Sky Sport Women's Premiership here and then look at the options over at the NRLW. There's pathways all around for the growth of the game.
It's a shame there's not a team coming out of NZ, obviously, because it requires then our athletes to head across to get involved in the comp, and they are already in numbers. But perhaps down the track that might be feasible. At the moment, of course, with the Warriors needing to focus on where they are on the NRL table and ladder, I can understand why it might not be seen as a priority just yet. But hope springs eternal, and we hope that one day we will be getting an NRLW with a big Warriors W on it, as well as Madison Bartlett. Gets slammed to ground. We've just got a little injury issue at the back. Let's see, the referee's got nice control here today. Does a pretty good job with the whistle, doesn't she, Casey Badger?
Yeah, check this defence out. Big hit on Madison Bartlett. Bartlett, she's robust, she gets straight back up, but Kalosipani Hopoati getting in there and showing her dominance.
In the build-up, I hear that one of our most esteemed athletes was part of the jersey presentation. And Dame Val, tell us a bit more about that, please, honey.
Yeah, speaking with Feleti Mateo, he's helping out with the coaching staff, and they got Valerie Adams in to present the jerseys to the Tongan team the other night, and the inspiration that she gave the girls, Feleti said, was just exceptional. The girls really lifted in terms of their spirits and what they're out here to achieve, and that was all about playing for Tonga, playing with heart, and I think that's exactly what they're doing.
Thank you, honey. Hit-me smiler is one of our top athletes, played many codes, sevens, rugby, and of course rugby league. If you don't know, honey, acknowledged with a New Zealand Order of Merit for services to the good guys. Hey, honey. Oh, New Zealand sport. Oh, okay, rugby league. Yeah. Good on you, sis.
17, you can.
Pressure on the back here. That's on Jones. All over it. Is that enough? There looked to be a bit going on in the lead up there, honey. Your thoughts?
Well, the ref's going to have a look at it, but I mean, she did well to chase through in terms of that kick. The ref was called a no try.
It's backwards from Tonga, not a knock on from Tonga.
We come to this replay. You see the kick go up here from Racine McGregor, and it's a good chase through from Leishon. She's been busy today.
Chase onside.
It's like it knocks back from the Tongan player. Ooh,
yeah, I don't think there's much Leishon could do there. It was off the chest. But there's the climb. Looks like mostly red hands.
Looking to determine whether the ball has come off the left hand of the Kiwi player.
Yeah, I think it comes off Leishon's chest here. Definitely touches the Tongan player. See there, makes contact with
Knocked
the
back by
chest.
Tonga at this stage, and then off the upper arm of the New Zealand player, is knocked on. We have a decision.
Still 40 points to nil. It's a big, big scoreline, isn't it? Just a couple of tries, though, in the 17 minutes of the second half. So
They've got a knock on. We have a scrum. Where do you want your scrum?
raises
Where do
the
you want your
spirits
scrum?
and the flags.
In the middle? All right, scrum here. No,
Sellout
they're beat.
crowd. Oh, the code needed it to. It's a shot in the arm for rugby league. Like everyone else around the world too, our sport's just been hammered by that dastardly lurgy that came calling for a couple of years. Hopefully we've kicked most of it for touch. But in saying that, masking protocols, the NRL have been very emphatic about what they expect. Protect the players as New Zealand come away with the football here, 22 metres out. Been impressed with Maynard's roll. Pop ball out the back to Autumn Rain. The fullback, willing to get involved. Across the top comes Nikua with the tackle. Danger period once again. When the girls come calling down this side, it's all on, and Layshawn Jones is home with another try.
Oh, she's denied it 2 minutes ago, but this time she made sure there was no need to bring the ref into that. She was going over for that line. She had numbers out wide, but she knew she could get through that space. She's big, she's strong, and she deserves that. She's done well on her debut.
Well, it was Maynard, and then along came Jones. Could not be denied from close range. Well, the Tongan players are hearty, but this New Zealand squad, they were hell-bent on ramming home any advantage that they find, and Jones is in again.
It's really good to see Layshawn Albert Jones out there. I mean, she's played for Akarana. She's one of the 2 players that have come straight into the Kiwi Ferns from the Sky Sport Women's Premiership. She doesn't have NRL experience, but she is a gifted player. She's just growing in confidence. I think she organises well, and she's willing to apply pressure. She's got a good kicking game. She's obviously probably needs to do a little bit more work in terms of her goal kicking, but she has definitely stepped up the last couple of years and has earned that jersey. It's great to see her in there.
I'm really pleased to see a local player getting acknowledged in that way. I did watch her through the Sky Sport Premiership, and she seemed to have a lot of football nous, honey, and obviously the kicking game's a good strategist out there, and this time she's unable to convert her own try. But hey, she must have spent a lot of time watching the old videotapes of her Uncle Stacey.
Oh, 100%. Who hasn't been watching those old videotapes? You know, it's a really good opportunity for her to put her hand up along with all the other players for the Rugby League World Cup, which is happening at the end of the year. The New Zealand team, you know, they come up in Pool B up against Australia, the Cook Islands and France. It's going to be a big matchup, and in Pool A, they've got England, Brazil, Canada, and Papua New Guinea. So it's going to be a big World Cup.
Brazil?
Brazil, new team in.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, it's good to see an expansion of rugby league internationally. I'll be disappointed with the big scoreline here, but let's not read too much into it. We've got to recognise that the amount of experience, both internationally and indeed with the NRLW, a bit lopsided. Some of these women have had seasoned careers. Again, we see Maya Hill Moana. Good, solid, straight, direct running and play.
Straight off! Behind it! Behind the line.
Crystal Stowers weaving her magic as well. Counties Monaco's MVP this year, Crystal. Straight back into strike zone too. Look out, look out. Matimata Tonga. This could be problematic. It's a bounce back. It's over the top. And the ball has drifted forward. And finally, Tonga will get ball in hand. Of course, when you look at the scoreboard too, that allows a level of flamboyance that you wouldn't utilise if you're up against tighter opposition. But now they look at that scoreboard, anything goes at the moment, eh?
Oh, the kicking game, actually, of Racing McGregor has been outstanding, and Tonga probably need to really rush her and put some pressure on those kicks. They're giving her way too much time. She's so accurate. It was a good attempt by Caitlin Vahakula to get it back in there, and Roxy Murdoch as well assisting her, but Tonga, ball in hand.
Well, we know that part of the New Zealand sporting trait is to support the underdogs. So I know that we're proud of our teams in the black and white jersey, honey, but I'm sure that I'll be speaking for you as well when I say it'll be nice to see Tonga get some reward.
Yeah, 100%. You can see the talent across the board in their team. Probably just a matter of building some connections, really putting some pressure on, playing in the right end of the field. They've got talent across the board there.
Just on 18 minutes to play here. It's been an outstanding performance here from the Wahine Tour in the black and white jerseys.
Yep. Well, let it go,
And
Ted.
here's another play on Mailangi, able to make some meterage.
Here. Square.
23 metres out from the try line. Dummy half work here for Samita. Dimmick
11. Out.
needing some support.
Keep 14. Go.
Hold you safe. Stay connected. Stay connected.
Short side, little dummy, not falling for it. Hales, she's been around for a while. Georgia
Release her. Lock in. Wait.
falling for that little feint to pass.
Get up.
Here's Mailangi. There's Haley in good D as well from Stowers. That's the try line. You can see there the chalk. Mailangi's looking, thinking. Couldn't quite execute, but just looking, that looks to be a penalty.
Huh? Yeah, you can't be the side and dive there, though.
I'll back it up anyway.
They can take it back as far as they want. When you're ready.
Penalty 6 apiece.
10, no more, 14.
60
Nita,
extra
12.
tackles or thereabouts here for
Wait, Nita.
Matema'a Tonga.
Yeah, you better there.
A speculative pass was misdirected.
15 stand. Here, 6.
Didn't
Wait.
look
Wait here on the right.
overly slick.
Nita.
Lucky to still be in possession. As Natasha Penatani takes the ball forward, she has been one of the best. Take your hat off to her. 27
Yeah.
tackles.
Multiple times.
That's her 6th hit up.
That needs
She
to
deserves
pick
some
up and
credit.
go forward
Oh,
on the
100%.
bounce.
She's had some really great runs. She's been brutal in terms of her defence. And when she pairs up with the likes of Mailangi, Dimmick, they've got some real good attack. And they put some phases together, those three players leading the way.
Well, the crowd are anticipating a try. They're hoping. Can they deliver? Tonga with the football. Smart D. Only turn her up quickly there to shut down Hifo. Polata. Nikora.
Looking square.
5 from the line. Mailangi. Short side. Polata. Polata's in on the spin. That's what the crowd have come to see. And finally, the red flags can go up, waving with pride. Tonga get one on the board.
And who better than China Polata? She has been outstanding for Tonga today. She's been a constant threat, really keeping the Kiwi Ferns defence guessing. And today she just carries the ball hard, hit and spin. There, she's finding that line. Great try.
Really good for the crowd. Good for you at home too, and it's a super try as well. China, yeah, got it all going on in that one. The hit and spin was deadly. I'm just so pleased for them, honey. You know, they haven't stopped trying. They've been a little outclassed, yes, but they're hearty, and that's what their people wanted to see from them. Don't give up. And China Polata showing she too has got a bit going on. It's been wonderful to watch this afternoon. China.
And what it does is it brings energy to the team. It really lifts them. You know, they're closing out the last 14 minutes of the game. This is where they start to lift, and it's those kind of leaders and the likes of Polata, Dimmick, Mailangi that'll really start to lift this team. On the opposite side, though, you can see the likes of Crystal Rota having a word to her team. That's not good enough, team. She'll be saying she'll want the Kiwi Ferns to come out firing from that kickoff. I'd say this first set of defence for the Kiwi Ferns is going to be a brutal encounter.
Well, what you hope as a try scorer is to control the fate of the next set. So that's the challenge ahead for Matema'a Tonga as we look at the conversion task ahead here for Hayley Hifo. The Mounties Club in Sydney's West. Hits that one pretty nicely. Oh, that'll bring the flags up again as well. Oh, the music started again. Come on, honey.
Oh, everyone's up in their seats, and this is what we get with the Red Sea. The vibe that they bring is just amazing. It just really lifts the whole stadium up, the whole community of rugby league.
Oh, look, I live in a very a suburb that's populated by a lot of Tongan people. As I mentioned, 80,000 call Aotearoa home. This is out of a population of 108. And I think most of them live in Otahu, which is my part of town. And it was an absolute gridlock last night, but in the best possible way. A lot of fun, a lot of dancing and singing. And a bit of a charge as well. That's what we want. 30 metres out now, 20 in from the western touchline. Mailan, you say, come on, girls, let's do it again. Let's do it again, they say. This is Taumalolo.
Stand up, mate. Drag it to me. He's 17.
That's a familiar name.
Oh, yep, she's out of the Ponsonby Ponies. Obviously the cousin of big Jason Tomalolo. She's got a lot of family here backing her.
Release 17, 8 square.
I'm pretty sure that Jason Taumalolo grew up in Otahu as well, so he's one of those Tongan who call the hood home. Here she comes again. Oh, Anna. Oh, knock on. And Tegan Dimmock's been one of the very best today, but Anna's come on and just set them alight.
She sure has. I mean, she obviously has the right genes about her. Look at that. I mean, that's no easy feat to fend off the likes of Neta Nu'uasala. She's done well. Unfortunately, they don't take the offload there. Hand position over back to the Kiwi Ferns. They'll be fired up now.
That's a real shame because I thought that they were building something then.
Came out the same tunnel.
13 to play.
I'll tell you when, Racine. Get your heads down. Heads down. Feed it.
He's a very satisfied, I assume, skipper for the Kiwi Ferns. Probing down the right edge. Fine game for the smaller player. The fullback has come on in, Autumn Rain. Stevens Daly. See, that's solid. That's a good carry, that. Just three defenders creating opportunities out wider. They're able to utilise, and this player has had an exceptional game. Amy Turner once again on fire, and referee Badger says back it on up. Kiwis again now. Confidence to give the ball some air. Wind up time for Hilmawana. She's 6 or 7 metres out from the try line right in front. Another big chance for the Ferns. Skip pass. Picked up out wide. Vakolo. I'm sorry, Sekunda couldn't go on with it. Understandable too. Plenty of pressure on.
The Kiwi Ferns seem a bit rattled. Dale, they're unable to complete their set there, and Tonga just come back firing at them. They've really lifted another gear, Tonga have, in this closing 10 minutes.
That's good to see too, 44-6. And this sort of attitude is really what's been missing at times. As Nikua gets up to play the ball. Would have liked to see Tohalaliku chiming in really to some backline moves. Bit of a wasted opportunity when one of your fastest and most talented is doing hit-ups off the ruck. The kick deep, finds Bartlett. She's easily accounted for with a tradesman-like tackle from Shirley Mailangi. Perhaps tradesperson-like, I should say. This is Vakolo.
15 release.
Scored twice in the first half. And number 14, a bit slow to her feet this time around. Maynard, she's had a good game since been injected into the field, hasn't she, Nita?
Oh, absolutely. Such a experienced player, very smart, very creative, got very accurate ball service, and she just brings energy. You know, she really lifts the tempo when she gets out there. You can see the Kiwi Ferns using their back three to get them up some yardage and really lift the play. And the likes of Crystal Stowers here, the game's really got them feisty.
Hopoate, they went down there too. It looked like a knee and a bit of a problem. The run was from Stowers. Some concern shown quickly by the medics for the Tina Tonga. Inside the 10, here they come again, the black and white jerseys. They'll have nightmares tonight, the Tongan team. but not in colour. They're going to be in black and white, the Nightmares. Here they come again. Scary stuff. The Tonga survived. But for how long? There's Sean Jones again, threading the needle. In the end, the run's dead, just a little bit too much on it, but trying something different at this stage of the game, that's okay.
Yeah, kick a bit too hard there, but got to give credit to the front rowers of the Kiwi Ferns. Neta Noa Sala and Hil Moana doing a lot of work to get the Kiwi Ferns into good ball area, set them up in shape, and Neta's she's a really good ball player. She always links well and gets that offload out wide to put her outsides into space. That's probably the credit that the Kiwi Ferns have, is that across the board in their pack they've got real ball playing forward.
Yeah, and I'm pleased that you drew our attention to that, honey, too, because when I look at their stats, Hil Moana, yes, she's been doing a lot of work, but I don't know that I've given her as much credit as she deserves. I mean, she's racked up over 100 metres, she's carried 12 times, and she's racked up 15 tackles, so that's a good day at the office for any prop forward.
Oh, 100%. You know, she's a premiership winner in the NRLW out of the Roosters again, comes out of the Tani Whānau Club. She's a real enforcer. She burst onto the Kiwi Ferns scene 2020 debut. This is her second test match, and she cements that number 10 jersey for me.
Kia ora. She's got a bit of X factor about her as well. And since they've been able to rest the skipper, that's a luxury most teams don't have, but it's allowed as well some playmakers to come on in and guide the ship around too, from the hook and roll dummy half and acting half rolls. But it's also just freed up some potential to utilise some ideas they might have been working on. We see another situation here. A little bit sore. You're always worried about neck and crusher type injuries. I didn't see quite what happened there, honey.
Yeah, Lavinia Tohalaliko, they're just having a little bit of issues back her neck. Looks like she maybe got just a little bit fell awkwardly, I'm assuming, in the tackle as they go to ground here. She's got 3 defenders as she goes down here, and I think it's just this twist here from Charlotte Scanlon. She sort of goes back and takes a knock to her head. I mean, she's done well tonight, Lavinia Tohalaliko. She was given the captaincy armband a few days ago. I know she was really proud of that. She's a quick and smart player. She's played in fullback, obviously, for the Kiwi Ferns, debuted for them again in 2020. Real electric player, and just the opportunity for her to step up as a leader tonight has meant so much to her to lead the Tongan team.
Well, it'll be a moment that she'll never forget. Look, the result won't stick in her mind for pleasurable reasons, but the honour of leading your country out on its return to the international stage will never escape her, that's for sure. Again, we're seeing a willingness to try something different as Amy Turner sort of pounces on the opportunity. Yes, if you leave the door slightly open, I'll arrive here with 13 of my cousins and we'll move in. Down to the last 7 or so minutes. And here's the skipper here. She's back in, and that's fitting as well to give Crystal another opportunity. She was there at the start, was able to get on her bike and have a bit of a breather midway through that second half. Good solid D there that time around for Mailangi also. Jones. You can't afford to lay off, Sean. She'll score on you. Here's Rota. Ball almost away. Basketball pass. Maddie Bartlett back on the inside. I thought that was smart thinking from the winger. She could have had a go herself. Thought her teammate had a better opportunity, and the potential is still alive. Here's the crossfield kick. Why don't we do something different? It's taken there. And out into the field of play. Oh, the Cuzzies leap up saying, "Sure, they love that." Good on these wahine from the proud island kingdom of Tonga.
It's an impressive set of defence from the Tongan women. the Kiwi Ferns throwing everything at them in terms of the attack, and they're able to nullify that and get out of their half. Now working to get down the field. They've done well.
Well, they haven't given up. The scoreboard might indicate that this was a lopsided affair. I suppose in some way you could agree, but there's been plenty of heart shown here. We look at some of the statistics. Penatali, 32 tackles. Dimmock, 34. I mean, they have been trying. This Kiwi Ferns team, they're just smooth.
Stay square. All the way.
Intent.
Yeah, all right now.
And making a mark and making a statement. Very athletic and agile as well.
11 arms out.
So there's been a lot to like about this performance if you're Ricky Henry and the connections building towards a World Cup in a few months' time. Stowers,
10 arms out.
Straightener really like the expansive players they work across field, giving it some latitude, and then just waiting for that runner who comes straight ahead. Always tough to contain. Karanaina Wida Kohu again reminds us there is a place for nimble and athletic, but there's also a place for big, bold and beautiful. And this is what we're witnessing here with the Kiwi Ferns team. They are absolutely killing it here this afternoon at Mount Smart Stadium.
Oh, it's the smarts from Nita Maynard there. You know, she throws the dummy here, looks for herself, and she slices through untouched. That's the experience coming through. She's got a great football brain, Nita. She did well to get it in and get some points for the Kiwi Ferns.
I've been really impressed with her. Oh, she's had no look passes pulled up there with a gammy calf by the looks of things, but I guess it will be easier to accept when you look at the scoreboard and realise that your team has put on a real masterclass here this afternoon at Mount Smart. New Zealand Rugby League fans keen to come out and support their teams, both men and women's. And of course, a little unknown quantity, the visitors here in the red and white. Proud of their island heritage, as they should be. But obviously a little way to go here if they're going to get into the top echelon of international women's rugby league. Certainly wouldn't write them off, because we've seen how they've come at it too. And Jason Daumalolo, and in the years ahead we might see more to come here from these young Tongan Wahine. Jones is successful. That clocks up the half C, but let's forget a little about the scoreline here and just acknowledge the athleticism, the skill sets on show, and the absolute commitment that has been shown here by the hosts, the Kiwi Ferns, as Maynard displays once again all of that intent and all that class.
Oh, I think Ricky Henry will be really impressed with the Kiwi Ferns performance tonight. You can see them, they're well organised, they're led well by the likes of Crystal Rota. She's been outstanding tonight, really driving her team forward and stepping up defensively, but also the way they're getting into the shape, the other leaders, the likes of Racine, Leishon, getting them organised early and really being able to play out some of those plays. It's been impressive.
I've really enjoyed the work of Georgia Hale today. I thought that, you know, her work at the back, again, you know, just very steady. She's run for 188 metres, Georgia. She's put on 25 good tackles also, as we see. Salah charging forward to the halfway line. Well, there's 3 minutes. We saw 2 tries in the first 3 minutes once the kickoff occurred. This is a very impressive performance. Take nothing away from the Kiwi Ferns. They came to play. Tonga, the Kiwi Ferns, just too good. And it's been an exceptional showing here today. We'll give them plenty of confidence going into matches later in the year.
Oh, 100%. You know, this team's it's been all about rebuilding those connections after 2-year hiatus of no international rugby league for the Kiwi Ferns. Have come out, they've put out a great performance. There's lots to build from here as they head towards that World Cup, and the likes of Crystal Rota. See her go over through. Team, will they hold her up?
They were desperate to keep the captain at bay, and their efforts were not in vain. Tonga will get the ball. Crystal probably deserved a try, but they didn't want any bar of it. Now it's a turnover. Let's have a look here. A little show, and then a go. And then she's somewhat cocooned, really, I guess you could say, by the Tongan defenders. They have the ball now as we count it down to the last couple of minutes. Well, tries are plenty in the first half, 7 to be precise, 32-0. And it's been a better performance, therefore, in the second half, but even so, in today's performance, quite a gulf in abilities. I won't say that about potential because from difficult circumstances, you're able to grow, and I'm sure that that will be the case here for the Matemata Tonga Wahine. Just on the halfway. Back on the inside. Tauhara Liku has it, last tackle. Not long to go here. Honey, standout performers for you, please.
Oh, I can't go past the captain, Crystal Rota. She's been outstanding. The likes of Georgia Howe, the veterans of the team. Oh, here we go, here we go. Oh, Hayley Heffer is in for Tonga. Look at the crowd go.
I thought you called that home just beautiful too, honey. That was cool. We're wrapping up. They weren't. And Hayley Heffer gives the Tongan community plenty to smile about. And for try number 2 in the last minute of action. Good on you, Hayley. Thanks to all our Tongan women who've come out today. And we see the kick. Decent chase. Oh, yes. That's straight through. It's been a lot of fun calling the footy with you, Honey Hidemi Smiler. Awesome advocates for our sporting communities. A lovely little piece of commentary work to wrap it up as well there, sis.
Oh, you see Hayley Heffer throw up the TTT there. She's absolutely ecstatic to be the pinnacle of her career at the moment, but probably with plenty more to come. What a way to finish the game, you know. They have the last say. The score may have blown out, but to end the game like that, it's just exceptional for Tonga.
2 tries. One to Pulata and that somewhat unexpected try. But there you go. Play to the end. Hayley Heffer. Hope you've enjoyed the action here. After this kick, I guess it will be full time. But we've got some wonderful footy still to come. It's Matemata Tonga. They're in the house, and they're coming up against the New Zealand squad, as we have witnessed here, and about to convert her own try. Hayley Heffer wraps us up. Kiwi Ferns too strong here at Mount Smart. They win this one by 50 points to 14. And what has been a very dominant display in an absolute celebration of sport at Mount Smart Stadium.